A drop of sunlight falls from the sky and produces a magic flower with healing properties. An old woman named Gothel uses it to retain her youth. Centuries later, the flower is taken by soldiers from the kingdom of Corona and used to save their ill, pregnant queen. She gives birth to Rapunzel, whose blonde hair contains the flower's magic. Gothel sneaks into the castle and cuts a lock of her hair, but it turns brown and loses its magic. She instead kidnaps Rapunzel and raises her in a hidden tower in the woods. Each year on Rapunzel's birthday, the king and queen release sky lanterns, hoping they will guide Rapunzel home. Rapunzel is fascinated by the annual lights and, on the eve of her 18th birthday, asks to leave the tower and investigate them. But Gothel refuses, claiming the outside world is too dangerous. Meanwhile, Flynn Rider steals Rapunzel's intended crown from the palace. He betrays the Stabbington brothers, his partners in crime, while being pursued by royal guard horse Maximus. Flynn discovers and takes refuge in the tower, where Rapunzel knocks out and hides him. Hatching a plan, Rapunzel asks Gothel for new paint as a gift, sending her on a 3-day journey. Rapunzel strikes a deal with Flynn, promising to return the crown in exchange for taking her to see the lanterns. When they stop at the Snuggly Duckling pub, menacing thugs try to capture the wanted Flynn, but Rapunzel charms them into revealing their softer sides. When royal guards arrive, the thugs help Rapunzel and Flynn escape. Gothel returns to the empty tower and finds the crown and a wanted poster of Flynn. She strikes a deal with the Stabbington brothers to find Rapunzel. Flynn and Rapunzel become trapped in a fast-flooding cave. Believing they will suffocate, Flynn reveals his true name, Eugene Fitzherbert. Rapunzel uses the magic glow of her hair to reveal a hidden exit beneath the water, and they escape. That night, Gothel confronts Rapunzel alone and gives her the crown, telling her to give it to Eugene to test his loyalty. Next morning, Maximus tracks down Eugene and attempts to arrest him, but Rapunzel convinces them to strike a truce. Rapunzel and Eugene enter the kingdom and attend a festival in honor of the lost princess. After a day of celebration, they sail onto the lake to watch the release of the lanterns. Rapunzel gives Eugene the crown, and they confess their mutual love. When Eugene sees the Stabbingtons on the shore, he goes to apologize and offers them the crown. The brothers tie him up, tricking Rapunzel into thinking he abandoned her. They try to capture Rapunzel, but Gothel stages a rescue by knocking them out and takes Rapunzel back to the tower. Eugene is arrested, but Maximus and the pub thugs help him escape. Meanwhile, Rapunzel realizes she has subconsciously incorporated the kingdom's standard, a golden sun, into her artwork throughout her life. Realizing that she is the lost princess, she confronts and rebels against Gothel. Eugene arrives at the tower, but is tricked and stabbed by Gothel. Gothel attempts to take the chained Rapunzel away, but she resists, and promises to stay with Gothel if she is allowed to heal the dying Eugene. Gothel reluctantly agrees to this, but Eugene, realizing Rapunzel would spend the rest of her life in captivity, cuts off her long hair before she can heal him. Rapunzel's hair turns from blonde to brown, and a horrified Gothel suddenly ages rapidly. then falls from the tower and turns to dust. Rapunzel mourns Eugene, but one of her tears, which still has some of the flower's magic, revives him. They return to Corona, where Rapunzel is reunited with her birth parents and the kingdom celebrates, with Rapunzel and Eugene eventually marrying.